The gentlewoman is yielded back. We'll now recognize the gentleman, Mr. Smith, who's the chairman of the Science, Space, and Technology Committee. We're pleased to have him use seat on today, and we're thankful for the close working relationship we have with the committee. We now recognize him.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, for inviting me to attend today's hearing to examine the security of former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's private server. Secretary Clinton's unique server and email arrangement is of particular importance both to your committee and to the Science, Space, and Technology Committee. The Science Committee has a responsibility to examine ways in which executive branch departments and agencies and private entities can improve their cybersecurity practices. As part of the Science Committee's ongoing investigation, I have issued subpoenas to 3 of the companies that performed maintenance and security work on Secretary Clinton's private server. 2 of the companies who received lawfully issued subpoenas for information related to work they performed for former Secretary Clinton, Platte River Networks and SecNap, Inc., have refused to produce responsive documents. Both companies have purposely misinterpreted the plain language of the subpoena, and both companies have stated that they do not have responsive materials, which is demonstrably false. Unfortunately, these companies' decisions to obstruct the committee's investigation and defy a lawfully issued subpoena continues a Clinton habit of secrecy rather than transparency. In fact, just this morning, and this may be of interest to the gentlewoman from New York who just spoke, SecNap's counsel confirmed to my staff that the Clintons' private LLC is actively engaged in directing their obstructionist responses to congressional subpoenas. This is a clear obstruction of justice. Americans deserve to know the truth, which is now being blocked by the Clinton organization. One of the companies, Datto, did provide responsive materials to the subpoena. These documents have shed light on the unique arrangement undertaken by Secretary Clinton to set up a private server. This includes the lack of even basic cybersecurity measures applied to the information stored on the server, such as encryption. It is inconceivable that a Secretary of State who is entrusted with our national security secrets would not take every available step to safeguard our nation's classified information. The information sought through the investigations of the Science Committee, the Oversight and Government Reform Committee, and Senator Ron Johnson of the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee is crucial in determining the degree to which our national security was unprotected and perhaps endangered. I look forward to continuing to work with you, Mr. Chairman, and appreciate all the good work you have done. And if it's all right, I have a couple of questions for Mr. Cooper.
Yes.
Mr. Cooper, first of all, thank you for being here today and being willing to answer questions. You deserve credit for being willing to do that, and that compares to those who refuse to appear today and answer questions and apparently are not interested in helping us try to find out the truth. Let me ask my first question, which is that, as you heard me say a minute ago, we heard this morning that SecNap's counsel has said that the Clinton Executive Services Corporation, in effect, is obstructing at least my committee's subpoena. Do you think this is standard practice for the Clinton Executive Services Corporation? I'm sorry?
I'm not in a position to comment that or have any knowledge of that situation.
Have you seen any other instances where SecNap has tried to prevent information from getting to a committee?
I'm not aware of.
One way or the other?
I'm not aware at all.
Okay. Many of the documents provided by Datto Inc. include communications with Platte River Networks. Should Platte River Networks have information in its possession about its work related to former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's server?
And my interaction with Platte River Networks was simply handing over some usernames and passwords, and that was the totality of the interaction that I've had with them. I've never had any interaction with them beyond that or with Datto.
And can you say whether or not they are likely to have information about the server or not?
I have no knowledge.
Okay. What information, again, have you handed over to them?
I'm sorry, I handed over some username and passwords to them at the beginning of the transition process.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That completes my questions. And again, I appreciate the opportunity to be a part of your committee's hearing today.
Well, thanks, Chairman. We do appreciate it.